Kia ora. Welcome to the Bay of Plenty Referee podcast. I'm Sam.
And I'm Jamie.
Every week during the season, we'll bring you referee news, our education meeting recap, and an interview with one of our members. Tonight, we've got no Sean, he's out working, and we've got no guests, but we've had a couple of weeks off, so a few weeks to catch up on. So, Jamie, what was your desk like this Monday morning? I'm sure not as busy, or last Monday morning, which straight after the awards. So I'm sure that you've had a bit of work to catch up on.
Yeah, Monday wasn't too bad, actually. We had our secondary school finals in Rotorua on Saturday, followed by a Steamers game on Saturday night. There's Taranaki, so not too much. I came over to desk, just a bit of tidying up from the weekend. So nice and easy compared to the week after, as you mentioned, our awards night. So yeah, all in all, pretty good. I wasn't at the finals day on Saturday, but apparently it went quite well. But I heard that you were there, or towards the evening, Sam, but had a game beforehand. So tell us a bit about that if you want.
Yeah. So I think, I guess we've had 2 weekends. So the first weekend I got a late call up on Friday morning for maybe Thursday afternoon for FPC pre-season game. So Waikato and Hawke's Bay. So thanks, Jamie, for sorting out on Friday for me to come grab some comms and a jersey from your house. And yes, I headed over and did that. So that was cool to get one of those games out of the way. So that was a pretty one-sided game from Waikato. I guess they're in different divisions, aren't they? And yeah, Waikato are too strong, but some good rugby, and always in those FPC games, I always find that the players are way more compliant. Although it was interesting when I was talking to Maggie, she reckons that in men's rugby the players are more compliant. So it might be like an opposite gender thing, is that the women are more compliant to the guys and the guys are more compliant to the girls. So no, a good game, and it was a good opportunity to practice the travel that we have to do in rep season anyway. So just what it's like to travel that bit further and just make sure that you're ready to go. And then your last weekend had Waikato and Taranaki under 20s. So that was loosely like a semi-final for the finals this weekend. So both teams, so the top of the Chiefs and the top of the Blues pool, then play off in all the under 20s games this weekend. And so both Taranaki and Waikato were undefeated. So yeah, it was pretty much try for try the whole game. And then Waikato won by about 4 points, I think. And probably there were about 5 minutes after full time where Taranaki came from within their own 22 and just moving up the field, getting penalties, all of that, and then just a forward pass in the 22 of Waikato to end the game. So that was pretty good. And then headed over to Rotorua to TMO for the Steamers game. So yeah, it's been probably 3 years maybe since I was last TMO, now that Estelle's been into it. But yeah, no, it was good, and just interesting to see the new way that the TMO works is you only come in for if there's a replay on the broadcast, which there was one, so I needed to come in even though you can't talk to the director or anything, and so Angus just sort of watched it on the screen, so there's not really much added value I can add at that point. So no, it was good, but pretty close game there as well. So yeah, pretty good all round. And I got there just as Roy was doing his final and talked to a few of the guys, and the finals day sounded like it went well. So pretty big weekend all round, but no, it was all good.
And no red card from the referee in your under 20s game for a shoulder charge or anything like that, Sam?
No. Yes, I was. I don't think I was out of position. The player was. I could see him from ages away. Waikato got a free kick off a not straight line out, kicked it upfield from within their 22. A Taranaki player catches it, and I could tell he was just like, I could see him just eyeballing me the whole time. I was ages away, so I just stood in the same position, because usually that's the safe spot. You're like, well, but he was just running at me, and then he ran into me. But surprisingly, he came off second best. When I watched the video, I did probably put a bit of like a push / shoulder into him, but I say he wasn't the happiest. But he's trying to be cracking me, and I was like, I could see it on his face, like you can tell when they are eyeing you up, but there wasn't even a gap. I was standing probably where the forwards had been standing, but anyway.
Did you hit a shave by then? Got rid of your mustache that you've been showing off for the last couple of weeks?
No, yeah, that was shaved off immediately after the awards, as you stitched stitched me up and sent that photo saying that we were all going to do moustaches for the awards, but then you didn't pull through. So anyway, so now all my awards photos have the moustache and that game earlier in the day of the FPC precinct game, looking like a creep running around chasing after the FPC girls with a disgusting moustache. So
well, let's be honest though, it was just a warm up to Movember.
Yeah, just
what you do every year. So yeah,
nice. So that's probably a good segue into the award winners. So on the last podcast, we said the nominees, and so a couple of weekends ago we had the awards night. So thanks, Jamie, for all your organisation in that. It was an awesome night and great feedback all around. And Victoria enjoyed her time there, and it was a good venue with having the golf and things beforehand. So do you want to give us a recap of who won the awards?
Yeah, so our award winners, they've been posted up on social media. Got a couple more to post up in the next couple of days. A video has just come out around our awards today on social media. So if you haven't checked out our social media, Bay of Plenty Rugby referees, then go check that out. But the award winners, Estelle Whaipu won the George Woodruff Memorial Trophy for the highest law exam. Ended up getting 100% this year. So I reckon she got all the easy questions and we got all the hard ones. Your name's been on that trophy a couple of times, Sam.
Just the once, actually. Yeah, last year.
Yep.
Yeah.
We had John Kelly from Rotorua. He won Adam Wilkinson Tonga for doing the most appointments throughout the year. So one there, you couldn't win that twice in a row. But I think Spook, he was up to about 40-odd games that he's been appointed to throughout the year, mainly he's one of our guys that does Saturday mornings, Saturday afternoons, probably runs touch on a Sunday, girls game on a Monday, and then does under 16s on a Friday. So the man just loves refereeing and being involved. So well deserved on that one. John Yako Bauer from Whakatane, he won the President's Trophy for services to Bay of Plenty Rugby referees. We had Josh Baker win the Bill Sparks Memorial Trophy for the best AR that was nominated by our referee panel, or Premier Referee panel. So good work on that one, Josh. He also won the Fahey's Cup as well. So that was for best overall effort. And I know Josh has helped me out quite a bit this year running those Central Bay referee meetings when I couldn't be in attendance. And a man that loves rugby and loves refereeing and just wants to give back. So good work on that one, Josh, and coming in away with a couple of prizes there, or trophies, I should say. A couple of service certificates for 10 years for Peter Morgan, and Conrad Whittle. Dave Hodgson got 20 years. Graham Merrick got 30 years. 60
years is a massive effort, eh? Jeez.
Man, I'll be lucky if I haven't survived to 60 years. And for him to do 60 years of refereeing.
Yeah.
He's a life member of our referee group as well, which is pretty cool. What else did we do? Eli Owen won Most Improved Referee.
Second year in a row. So, he must have been shit to start with if he's the most improved 2 years in a row, I reckon.
Mate, I don't know if you can see that kind of stuff now, eh? But yep. So Eli won that twice in a row. Hopefully he's watching to see that comment. So that was a John McCormack Trophy. We had Ben Rickard. He won the David Hodgson Tonga, which is best club member as voted by our referee group. So for him to take that out is pretty awesome for him. He's one of these guys again, like John. He won that Adam Wilkinson Tonga last year for doing the most games, and I think he would have been pretty close to it this year as well. But yeah, been another one that referees 3 or 4 games over the weekend.
And it's cool that other referees have recognised, how much he puts in as well, because, sometimes you're out there doing it by yourself and you don't really realise that other people notice that. So it's awesome that the referee membership, recognised that and it voted that for him, because he does put in, a lot of work to things like that. So no, awesome.
One of the trophies that I was nominated for too, but I'm glad he won it and not me. He's a bit more deserving. Paul Greenstreet, or AKA Greenie, he won our Alan Oates Memorial, Alan Oates Memorial Trophy for Referee Coach of the Year. Shanoa Nikora won our best first year referee. So awesome to see that award go to our first female recipient of that trophy. And one from our group of Eastern Bay referees that we were able to snag this year. So shout out to her. Sam Fellows. There goes the great picture of you and your moustache. Maybe we can bring that up on the screen using your great AI.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to be putting a photo of myself on the podcast that I edit for sure.
Yeah. So that was best referee as voted by Premier coaches. So you've won that one before, Sam?
Yes, yeah, it's my third time in it.
Yeah. After I won it a couple months,
Yeah,
maybe, back in my heyday. And then Matt Astor won referee of the year. So that's Martin Teo Shield. And then Tiana Nawati Anderson won the Nick Bryant Sevens Award for Best Sevens Referee for her Sevens stuff over the summer, being able to do local stuff for us in the Bay of Plenty and also on the IRB Sevens circuit as well. So we had 2 more awards, probably the best award of the night for our 2026 mini team challenge. A bit of a stitch up in this one, but we had a wooden spoon where we actually presented a wooden spoon. That went to the card counters, so maybe that's why Sean Carr has decided to go to work and not be on this podcast tonight.
Yeah, he could have brought the wooden spoon to show us on the pod.
Yeah, so that's still to go out on our social media, and then the winners of that competition or that challenge this year were the whistleblowers. So yeah, just finished off the night pretty well. It was a good night at Mount Maunganui Golf Course, as you said, Sam, but a connection and mix and mingling with the driving range being open in the little function room there, and then moving into the main clubhouse where we had dinner and dessert and went for awards. So big thank you for myself for Gags, Craig McFadden, who's co-host on the Bay Boiler podcast. He was our MC for the night. So if you're actually watching or listening to our number 1 podcast, Gags, thank you for all your hard work around that night. And then to Eli for a lot of work in the background, getting this off the ground and being a shoulder for me to talk to and discuss different ideas and stuff like that, and doing a bit of mahi behind the background. So as you said, Sam, we've had some good feedback from the night. Everyone seemed to enjoy themselves, so that's always a positive.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, and it was good having the second best Bay of Plenty rugby podcast host as the MC too. So it was nice of him to do that. But we'll keep trucking on. Awesome work, thanks, mate, and congrats everyone who won awards. A great night. And so got some appointments news. So Jamie going to take us away with the recently released WXV appointments.
Yeah, so over the last couple of weeks, the WXV and the WXV Challenger appointments have been released. Rather than go over all the appointments, we'll just focus on the Kiwi officials. So Maggie Cogger-Orr has a couple of games up north with Ireland vs USA in Dublin on Sunday the 20th of September, and France vs Canada in La Roche on Saturday the 26th of September. On the 17th and the 23rd of October, she leads an all-Kiwi crew featuring our very own Estelle Whaipu across 2 Australia to Scotland games with Chloe Sampson AR1, Ewan Doherty AR2, Estelle TMO, and Aaron Patterson, or Zinni, as a foul play review officer. Natasha Ganley from North Harbour is AR2 for both the NZ vs France games on the 24th and the 31st of October. So a couple of big appointments here for our female referees and Zinni as well.
Yeah. No, and it's awesome to get a all female, all New Zealand crew for those games in Australia. So awesome for Estelle to get another couple. So that's the only reason I was TMO last week is that she was doing the Black Ferns game last weekend. So, and that was good. And we'll jump on to NBC. So we've had a couple of milestones in NBC. So James Dolman last week, maybe the week before, reached 200 first class appointments. And Maggie became the first New Zealand woman to reach 100 first class 15s appointments. So massive to have both of those. Both of them were in the wider training group with us, weren't they, Jamie? And now look at us. They've got 100 and 200, and what are you, like 3, and I'm on 4, I think.
Yeah, I wonder if with James, I wonder if the IRB sevens and stuff like that is counted as at 200.
Yeah,
because if it isn't, that would be way more than what it.
Yeah. Maybe it is, because I think that where I got the information from, it said 100 first class 15s appointments for Maggie. So I don't know if that means sevens as well for James, but
yeah.
I think they do. Like, I don't know if they do, like what they do for us with first class games. Like if you do a tournament, they count that as one first class game. But who knows? Have to look into that.
Yeah, no, congratulations to James and Maggie for hitting those milestones. It's a massive achievement. Right, so international match officials for this weekend. Probably been stitched up again here, let's be honest. So South Africa vs New Zealand in Cape Town. Our referees Nika Ama Shakuli.
Just Nika, I reckon, mate.
Yeah, I tried to have a crack 2
I
weeks
set you up with this one.
I tried to have a crack 2 weeks ago when Bryce was on there, and he said just call him Nika, and I didn't take his advice, did I? So I did read it earlier, and I thought I had nailed it, but pressure's come on being on this podcast. So, AR1 is Carl Dixon, AR2 is Angus Garner from Australia, TMO is Eric Gunzi from France, FP, a foul play review officer, is Brett Conan from Australia. Argentina, there's Australia. We've got referee Ben O'Keefe. Assistant AR1 is James Dolman. AR2 is Gornlika from France, is it? FIR, France, yep. TMO is Richard Kelly, Italy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Federation of Italy. Yeah, okay. And then our foul play review officer is Glenn Newman, so apologies for stuffing up those names.
Nice.
You get the easy.
And hopefully I've got some easier names. So I've got the provincial match officials for this weekend. So congrats to Sean, who's in the Heartland, and Tiana's getting us kicked off in the FPC of their first round. So we've got the first round of Wharepaima Cup. So in the Premiership, we've got Manawatu and Bay of Plenty, and Chloe Sampson's got that game. And then we've got Counties and Waikato, and Tiana's got that game, and Canterbury and Auckland and Erin Doherty's got that game. And in the Championship, we've got Hawke's Bay versus North Harbour, and Holly Mackenzie's got that game, and that might be her first class game, I think. Otago and Wellington, Hayley Hotana's got that game, which also might be her first class game as well, I think. And Tasman and Northland and Damon Smith's got that game.
I think that could be.
And might be his one too, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then in the NPC, we've got Southland and Hawke's Bay, so Fraser Hannon's got that. Auckland and Bay of Plenty, so Stu Curran's got that. Taranaki and Canterbury, Mike Winter's got that. Otago versus Waikato, Jackson Henshaw's got that. 102 and North Harbour, Paul Williams has got that. Paul Williams Jr. it's got on here. I don't know why.
It could be yep.
Wellington and Counties Manukau, Maggie Cogger-Orr's got that. And Northland and Tasman, Todd Petrie's got that. And moving into our Heartland Championship, which we're on week 3. So leading us off is Sean Curra's got Ngāti Porou, East Coast and Mid Canterbury. North Otago and King Country, Logan Woody's got that. South Canterbury and Bulla, Caleb Nelson's got that. Wairarapa Bush and Horowhenua Kapiti, Stu Catley's got that one. Ben Wallerton has Whanganui and Poverty Bay. And William Day's got West Coast and Thames Valley. So some good games there. And then onto the Northern Region reps. So for the development men, Harlequins and Taranaki in the development grade. Scott McKenzie's got that one. Caleb's got Counties and Bay of Plenty development. And Adam Palmer's got Northland development and North Harbour development. And in the under-20s men, which is the final. So for the 1 plays 1 final, Harrison Willis has got North Harbour and Waikato. And in the 2 plays 2, Stuart Watts has got Auckland Blue and Taranaki under 20. And in the 3v3, Josh Kirby's got Auckland White and Bay of Plenty under 20s. And then in the 4th plays 4th, Jonathan Crosby's got Northland and Counties Manukau. And in the divisional grade, Ben Brownlee's got King Country Development and Counties Manukau Māori Divisional 15. And Sam Adam has Counties Manukau Divisional 15 versus Waikato Divisional 15. So congrats all of those appointments and some good games out there. And awesome again to see Sean and Tiana getting their first class representative seasons underway. So yeah, nice.
Very good. Good list. Couple of good names on there. Couple of good. Pretty sure there's a few debutants in their Heartland grade.
Yeah.
As long as that FPC. And I guess with that FPC too, if you look at those names that are on the list, Chloe Sampson, Erin Doherty, Holly Mackenzie, Hayley Hutana, I'm pretty sure they've all come through that pathway system that Maggie Cogger-Orr set up 2 years ago when she came into the role. So it's good to see them develop through their club season and into representative seasons.
Yeah. And it's cool to see that pretty much all the games are being filled by female match officials, female referees at least. So yeah, awesome to see that program's working, and then it's now filtering people up into those first class fixtures.
Yeah, 100%. Tim. All right, Whistler of the week, eh?
Yep.
We'll get into that Whistler of the week. I guess for us this week is all our secondary school finalists that had games on Saturday. So our first 15 who controlled the Bruce White final between Papamoa College and Tauponui Atia College was Roy Rangi. He was on the sideline from AR's with Paddy Knight Naitoko and Canberra under 16 Hickory Premiership final. This was between TBC under 16 Gold and a mixture of Trident and Whakatane High School. Kurt Vosper was the man in the middle. He was assisted by Fawn Van Cole and John Kelly. Next one, our under 16 Mike Delaney Championship final. Papamoa College, there's JPC College or John Paul College from Rotorua. Nick McEwen was our referee in the middle. He was AR'd by John Hoyle and Robbie Hazeldine. Under 14, Nathan Harris Premiership Final. Paddy Naitoko took charge of this one between Tauponui Tia Green and TBC East. I would say Tauranga Boys College. ARs on that one. Again, Fawn Van Cole and John Kelly. Arthur Rickard was named at our awards night to do this final, but unfortunately he was unavailable due to other commitments. So awesome that Paddy was the next one off the block on that one.
Nice.
And our under 14 Chris Grinder Championship Final. Dakota Collier was the man in the middle. That was between Mount Maunganui College and Tauranga Boys College West. So that was played at Mount College, the only final that wasn't played at Rotorua. Just with two Tauranga-based teams, there was no point really making them travel to Rotorua. So they ended up playing at Mount College, being the number one team in the seedings, and he was supported by Peter Hastings and Craig Aldis, with Paul Greenstreet as his referee coach on that one. So shout out to all our referee finalists. Big season, and that's just the fruits of it actually is getting those finals. And so congratulations to you guys. And again, season's probably not finished just yet, so but a good reward for that hard work over that club season and that secondary school season.
Nice. Awesome. Yeah, and congratulations everyone, and well-deserved joint whistlers of the week for having those things. So nice. Now we'll get on to the week ahead. So there's a few rep games and things like that. So Jamie, you got anything coming up this weekend or still focused on family stuff?
Still focused on family stuff at the moment. Just a little bit harder with the 3 kids at home. The wife's still unable to drive and stuff like that. So just trying to spend as much time at home as possible. So no game for me, but yeah, it should be out on the traps next week. Looking at some footy, which we'll cover soon. So, but Sam, you got a pretty big game. I had that trophy at home last night that got dropped off to me. So let's tell everyone what you got, and hopefully we won't go into the right saying that is floating around these days. But yeah, just don't F it up, eh?
Yeah. Yep. So you've got the Tauranga Boys and Hamilton Boys Chiefs area final. So the winner of that goes to the top 4 comp. So yeah, pretty good. I think this is the 3rd time I've had this game, this final. So it's always a pretty good game, and you never really know. Form throughout the season doesn't really matter when it comes to high school boys, and particularly at this time of the year. That quite often the team that comes through that to the top 4, or the team that wins the top 4 isn't always necessarily the best team. So I'm expecting a good game out on Saturday. So yeah, it's always got a good run around. Then those 70-minute games are always quite good. You always feel pretty good throughout them, knowing that you've probably at least got another 10 minutes worth of running in you. So that should be good. It's a bit of a surprise appointment, as most of these are. So good to join the rest of those secondary school finals referee with a secondary school final of my own. So that's pretty good. So yeah, it's awesome to do that. And then Jamie, I'm going to get into a few of all of the refereeing that we've still got ahead of us that people can get or are involved in it and can get involved in.
Yeah, so after your game on Saturday, Sam, from Monday through to Friday, we have the National Under 15 Invitational Tournament held at Rotorua Boys. So we have 8 referees been selected to do that. So Bay of Plenty ones, just off the top of my head, we've got the 2 Rickards who've been in Arthur Rickard. We've got Cam Burrow, who's just recently moved up from Dunedin throughout the year, who's taken his refereeing by storm. And so he's been included in that. Dakota Collier from Rotorua and Daniel Rolls from Aputiki. And then we've got 3 out-of-towners in terms of Bradley from Counties, Brad from Whanganui, and Ben from Waikato. So they're based in Rotorua for the week. So I'll be going down to help out as much as I can around family. Sean Carras put his hand up to help out. Liam Sargent from Counties, he's REO in Counties. He's coming down for a couple of days. And then we'll get some of our Bay of Plenty coaches to wrap some support around these 8 referees and watch them develop from the first game on Monday to the finals day on Friday. So that should be a pretty good tournament. It's always good with these under 15s. They train all year for it. They all play in, well, our local ones all play in that Super A competition. They all go away on those traditional exchanges. So to get a tournament here in Rotorua, which it will be pretty good for those visiting teams to come into. A second time in 3 years that we've hosted it. So Tauranga Boys was 2 years ago. Went up to Wesley College last year, Rotorua this year, and I think it's down in Christchurch the next year. So swings around the multi, but yeah, should be a good week for those 8 referees. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we have rugby by the beach. So it's secondary school winter tournament week. This is why all these tournaments are happening, where Peter Morgan will be running the referees at Pipamile College. So he's got a couple of referees coming in on different days to run that. There's 10 teams there, 10 games a day. So yeah, he looks after that annually. He's got a pretty good crew behind him. So hopefully our referees enjoy those games there at Pipamile College. Saturday, we have a couple of rep games. So we've got our Bay of Plenty development team playing in Te Puke against Auckland. And then we've got a double header FPC, NPC at the Tauranga Domain that some of our crew will be helping out at and running touch and sub controllers and all of that. And then on the Monday, we go straight into Ames games for the week. So RIP Rugby, we've got 550 games throughout the week, over 4.5 days, with the finals being on Thursday night. We've got 60 referees looking after that. And then with the sevens, we've got about 350 games over 5 days and about 35 match officials. So referee coaches, referees in the middle, and assistant referees are looking after that. So a couple of pretty big weeks coming up. And then hopefully we have a couple of weeks off before we head into that 7 series, kind of back end of November. Back end of October, all of November. And then sounds like it's going to be all of December as well.
Nice. Yes. Busy time, it doesn't really stop rugby. So, but those sevens tournament, or any of that tournament, rugby's a good opportunity for everyone, just to get, a few games, get seen, talk to other referees, hang out with the referees from other provinces and things like that. So, yeah, a good opportunity. But lots of organisation and wrangling and that from your end and anyone else involved in organising it, like Pete and things like that. So, huge amount of work going on.
Yeah, I think that's the bonus, as you said, of these tournaments, right? Like, you don't have to wait a week after you get some coaching advice to put it into practice. You can go put it in the afternoon, like our Ames guys. They'll have 4 or 5 games throughout the day, so they can put that into practice straight away. Same as our referees at this National Under 15 tournament. They'll have Monday, I think they've got 2 shorter games and 1 game each day after that. So, yeah, it's a really good opportunity to develop throughout the week and come into it with a clear game plan of what you want to achieve, and hopefully you can tick that off by the end of the week. And I think probably for most of us that have been around for a while now, Sam, is these tournaments are where you get to meet other people from around the area. Refereeing is not just your own silo within your own region. You get good mates from across the country. So, yeah, my advice would be to take their week on board and get to know other people, especially at Ames games too. We've got new referees here, we've got secondary school referees here, we've got referees that have been there for the last 5 years, 6 years. So gain as much knowledge as you can and make some new mates while you're there.
Yeah, for sure. No, awesome, mate. Yep, lots going on. So, lots of opportunities, even if people haven't been involved in refereeing before and want to give it a crack. I think these tournaments are the best place for, particularly as we get into the sevens tournament, and the best place for people to try it out for the first time in an environment where there's lots of support around and things like that. So there's no set time you can come into refereeing, which is probably the beauty of it. You can't really join a club or something like that halfway through a season, but you can with the refereeing, which is the good part.
Yeah, and just to back on today, mate, I had a coffee with a new referee today, and exactly that. He's finished playing. His kids are not playing anymore, gone through school, so he wants to get into refereeing. He registered for Ames. We put him in there straight away to give him a bit of a taste of it. And again, you're never going to get that at a club level or school level where you can just play halfway through the year. So he's really enjoying or looking forward to it. And then at the back end of Ames, he'll get into the series circuit or series sevens tournaments with us throughout the summer. So, and then he'll hit the 15 secondary school junior rugby next year. So as you said, mate, it's a good way of getting into it, and you get that learning throughout the week, which is cool.
Awesome. Well, thanks, Jamie, and thanks everyone for joining us on the Bay of Plenty Referee podcast. So you can catch us on YouTube, Spotify, and next year at a weekly meeting, or if you're one of our many Austrian fans, maybe you've still got meetings going, so get along to your Austrian referee meeting. And so feel free to reach out with any questions, comments, or guest ideas. And like the kids say, click, share, and subscribe. And whistle well, team. Kia ora.
See you, team.